There's a word that I delivered last year sometime on what we called Gold Diggers Sunday. Good evening, Bishop. I miss you. And Lady BLAKES. Well, thank you. There's a word that I delivered on Gold Digger Sunday. And for us, Gold Digger Sunday represented girls on another level. G-O-A-L, girls on another level. A gold digger is a girl that is on another level. Not a gold digger, but a gold digger. When you are a gold, G-O-A-L, gold digger, you can find your own gold. You don't need anybody to provide the gold for you when you are a gold digger. But we talked about the mindset of a gold digger, and when we talk about mindset, the question we asked was, if the mind is set, who set your mind and where did they set it? What did they set it to? Who set your mind and what did they set it to? Invite some people to come in. I'm going to rush through this because I'm not feeling good about this internet connection. If you have a mindset, who set your mind and what is your mind set to? Because wherever your mind is set is where your life is stuck. Your life is always stuck where your mind is set. A mindset is a preconditioned view of the world. It's a preconditioned view of what's possible and what one can and will do. When a person's mindset is limited, it limits their potential, makes them vulnerable to wolves, and puts an unnecessary ceiling over their lives. Now, a person may have a definite mandate of greatness on her life, and that conflicting mindset will cancel the greatness. If your mind is fighting against the call of God in your heart, your mindset can abort your greatness. The Bible says in Proverbs 23:7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. I'm praying for you, the person that put up there, your aunt is dying. I'm praying for you. We are praying for you, in fact. The Bible says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, there are three levels of consciousness where people dwell. There are three levels of consciousness where people dwell. Number one, most people live in the dead past. And this makes them people who only exist in a state of perpetual misery. Many folk that are on here tonight are living, they're consciously dwelling in the dead past. Then you have the next group that lives only in the present moment, and this makes them survivalist. They only live in the present moment. And then you have the third group that lives in the future. Their consciousness is in the future, which makes them visionary and destiny driven. Life must be lived intentionally and purposefully. A woman that does not live life intentionally will be the victim of society. Now, if you look in 2 Timothy 3:5-6, if you all are going to invite somebody, invite them quickly because I'm moving fast. The Bible talks there about silly women. It talks about them having a form of godliness but denying the power. It says, from such turn away, for this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts. A few things this teaches us about silly women. They're led, they're imprisoned, and they are driven by lust. A silly woman has no real goals. A silly woman has no real goals but to please men that do not have her best interests. If you don't know where you're going in life, the world will choose a destination for you. If you do not know, as a woman in particularly, where you are going in life, the world will choose a destination for you. Now, what is the mindset of a gold digger? Goal. What is the mindset of a gold digger? A girl on another level. She is a woman who has a firm sense of identity, purpose, passion, and confidence. She lives her life in pursuit of manifesting her greater self. She lives herself in pursuit of manifesting her greater self. The Bible says in Proverbs 31:29 through 31, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. He says, many have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Number one, she has a mindset that surpasses societal standards. A gold digger, a woman, a girl on another level, has a mindset that surpasses societal standards. The Bible says she excels them all. She excels them all because she obviously reaches higher than the rest. She reaches higher because she thinks higher. Gold diggers never make their plans based on the actions or achievement of others. Gold diggers set the bar according to personal vision. A gold digger only competes with the vision of her heart. She's in competition with no other woman. She's in competition with no other person. She is in competition with the vision of her heart. She knows who she is. She knows where she's supposed to go. And every day that she wakes up, she's in competition with the vision that is in her heart. Gold diggers are not group thinkers. They are defiant of social limitations because they set their minds by the Creator's opinion of them only. Let me say that again. Gold diggers are not group thinkers. You don't catch them running in packs, just saying yes because everybody else is saying yes, or doing X, Y, and Z because everybody else is doing X, Y, and Z. Gold diggers make up their own minds. They defy social limitations. The world says she can't do this, she can't have that. She says, watch me. In Psalm 139:14, it says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows right well. The reference to the soul knowing is an indication that the psalmist is convinced in his own mind that he is exactly what God created. The gold digger is convinced in her own mind that I am exactly what God created, and I can do exactly what God has created me to do. Now, the consequence of a clear perspective of her God definition results in her goals corresponding with her true self-identity. So she's reaching for her full potential. Wow, let me see something here. Average women will spend most of their time on their makeup. They'll spend most of their time on their makeup, less time on their minds, and no time on their spirit or character. Average women, most time they will spend on their makeup, the less time they'll spend on their minds, and the least amount of time they will spend on spirit and or character. Number two, she makes her investment into the enduring aspects of her character. The gold digger, number one, we said, the gold digger, she has a different mindset. She has a mindset that surpasses societal standards. Number two, she makes her investment into the enduring aspects of her character. What does the Bible say about that Proverbs 31 woman? Beauty is vain, but one that fears God shall be praised. Smooth skin and shapely figures soon fade. But integrity, sanctification, values, and intelligence are qualities that will be attractive for eternity. A gold digger spends more time on beautifying her mind than she does beautifying her body. Good to see you, Dr. Sonia. Most time she spends on her mind and her spirit, and the less time she will spend on her body and her looks. Those things are fading. You know, when you think about a Maya Angelou, you automatically subconsciously think beauty. As old as she lived to be, the older she got, the more beautiful she got. You know why? It's because her beauty emanated from her spirit and her mind. Nelson Mandela, there was a beauty about that man. As old as he had gotten, there was a beauty that emanated from him because it was coming from the inside. Gold diggers beautify the inside more so than the outside. If you look in 1 Samuel 16:7, God says, look not on the countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. Gold diggers make certain that they are more or most beautiful from the inside out. Ah, my God, I feel this in my spirit. So a girl on another level has to run as deep internally as she grows high externally. A girl on another level has to run as deep internally as she grows high externally. A skyscraper has to have a foundation that runs deeper beneath the surface than an average building. Why? Because if it's going to hold up the stature, it has to be equally deep to maintain the structure that will rise from the earth. A girl on another level has a mindset to sharpen and to perfect her inside. Look what the Bible says in Mark 4:5. And some fell on stony ground where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up because it had no depth of earth. It was too shallow. A girl on another level is never shallow. And then watch this, number 3, and then I'm out of here. Number 3, she executes her vision and she manifests her personal fruitfulness. She executes her vision and she manifests her personal fruitfulness. The Bible says of that Proverbs 31 woman, it says, let her own works praise her in the gates. This woman had a great husband, but she had her own works. She had businesses, charities, she had staff to oversee, a family to take care of, and she took excellent care of herself. She did it all. A gold digger is never looking to be a gold digger. A gold digger is never looking to be a gold digger. She needs no one to provide for her. Her goals will create her own goal. One of the things that attracted, Boaz to Ruth was that Ruth was reaching for her own. She was not really looking for a handout. And gold diggers are executing their vision and they are manifesting their personal fruitfulness. Where there is no execution, there will never be realization. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they asked me the question, why is it that such and such a person can help so many other people and they know so much, but none of it works for them? You can have all of the knowledge in the world. If you never execute any of it, it will never produce anything for you. Some of the smartest people never execute the principles they teach everybody else. And the principles they teach everybody else changes their lives, but the person that teaches it is never changed because they never execute it. So now finally in Joshua 1:7, talking about how she executes her vision, Joshua 1:7 says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. But notice he says you got to do it. You got to execute it if you're going to make your way prosperous. Habakkuk 2:2 says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. There's a time to write it, there's a time to read it, and then there's a time to run with it. If you are writing when you should be running, you will miss your season. Gold diggers are always executing what they know to do. And with that said, I'm done. Whoa, hope this internet lasted. I am excited about your future. That's what I want to tell you. I got to go back and get my master's degree and do what God has called. You got to go back and do it. You got to go back and do it. Everyone on here you are a gold digger, a girl on another, well, not the dudes, of course, a girl on another level. Good to see you, Pastor Handy. Every woman on here is a girl on another level. You have to accept that identity in your own mind. You have to know who you are in your own mind, and you have to refuse to settle for anything less. I just wanted to drop that word on you. I'm looking forward to meeting the ladies in Jackson, Mississippi on tomorrow. I just wanted to say to you, I love you all. I'm praying for you. God's favors on you. Get ready, get ready, get ready, because your life is going to shift. The last part, the latter half of this year, your life is going to a different place. Why? Because you're going to a different place. You're going to get up out of this depression. You're going to get up out of this pity party. You're going to come up out of all of this stuff about who's not with you and who's not for you. And you're going to realize who you are, and you're going to stand up on your own 2 feet with the power of God backing you, and you're going to the next level in God. Your life will no longer be on hold. You're getting off pause, and we're getting ready to fast forward your destiny. Things are getting ready to shift for you faster than they ever have in your life.
Let's talk about it with RC.